Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome
Hi.
back to what was
Hi.
that? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, Jake, is that you?
Yeah, this is me.
Damn, dude, I didn't know you were joining me for another episode of Mixed Bag Mondays.
Well, it's Mixed Bag Mondays. I'm not gonna miss it.
Oh, you're right. I forgot I host this show with you. Your co-host.
God, you idiot.
Ugh. Today is July the 30th, last Monday of July, and we're getting ready to hit into August, the worst of the summer months, the hottest.
Cicada season.
It's cicada season. Is that? Do they got cicadas up by you? Is that?
Oh yeah, tons.
Are they really as loud as people say they are?
Oh yeah. I'll record some next time I'm out and I'll let you hear. I saw one once, dude. They're fucking horrifying.
They're pretty big, aren't they?
Yeah, like it was probably as big as like my iPhone.
Oh my god! And they
Well, not
just
my iPhone, mine's the Plus, but like the smaller one.
fill the summer air with their shrieks.
Yeah, they're
Horrible
mating
sound.
calls.
I hope they don't keep you up at night.
They're quiet at night, thankfully.
Oh really? They just
They
spread
just
their.
scream their fucking nuts off in the morning.
So it's a good alarm clock then.
Yeah, it's kind of like a rooster, except you don't get any enjoyment out of seeing a cicada like you do a rooster,
Yeah,
I
roosters are
guess.
kind of cool looking and cute.
Yeah,
They can be pretty squawky, but
yeah.
cicadas are gross
Just
bugs.
disgusting things that should never have been made.
Cicada, God's mistake.
Just like me.
So fuck, here's where I'm at right now with August. So August typically and
A dead
normally
month.
is a pretty dead month for like everything.
Yeah,
Not
games, music. Well, not music. There's a lot of music coming out this August. Holy shit.
oh
But
damn, August burns red, you might say, with
no thanks.
music.
Never. I
um,
mean, the new Travis Scott album is coming out. That's been wanted for years.
that's right. Juice World, is that what it's
Astro
called?
World.
Astro World. Is Juice World is something else, isn't it?
Juice World is a rapper.
Okay, dude, I don't keep up with this stuff. So Astro World is Travis Scott's new album. Travis Scott is the husband or boyfriend of Kylie Jenner. They have a kid
Uh,
together, don't they?
yeah.
Uh, I'm not super familiar with Travis Scott. I know that he's
I don't like a lot of his music, but I mean, some of it's just fun to listen to. But I don't think there's any real like big substance
substance.
there or anything.
Yeah,
Not like
yeah,
uh to pimp a butterfly or anything. I mean, but that I don't think that's what he goes for. He doesn't call himself that.
right, for
But
sure, for sure. He works with Kanye a lot, right?
I
That's probably
think
how
so.
he
Yeah,
met Kylie.
I think so. I'm
I
not.
don't.
I'm not too big on him either. Like I don't really know
Yeah.
that much about him.
So, but you've been listening to a lot of Denzel Curry, right? That just came out.
Yeah, this is like my first album that I've really listened to by him, and this one's really good. It's made up of. It kind of sounds a bit pretentious when you think of it. It's made up of three parts: light, gray, and black, and they each represent, I guess, different feelings, different genres, different just overall, I guess, feelings. That's the best way that I can
Right.
put it. The latter third of the album, the dark title is really hard hitting.
Mm-hmm.
But even the light section, I mean, the first song talks about this person that he knows that was like molested at the age of 5.
Whoa.
Um, and yeah, it starts off like super heavy, but like the first quarter of the album is really like mellow, kind of jazzy, really, really clean music. It's really good.
Yeah, I've only listened to the Super Saiyan Superman song
Hmm.
because you mentioned that one to me. Which it's a man, is that song good? It's a banger.
Hmm.
But I'm super unfamiliar with Denzel Curry, and I think that song was like the first I've ever listened to him at all. So
Hmm.
I'll have to dive into that. Seems like a good thing to bump in the summertime, especially driving around.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, August typically not much going on, and that's the case for this year as well. Um, Games wise, at least, there's not a ton coming out this month. Which, July also was kind of a dry month.
Hmm.
There was a couple things of note that came out. Um,
I mean, I
Octopath
think
being
this
one of
year has
them.
been pretty dry. Almost. I mean, in contrast to 2017, right? Like
Yeah.
2017 was probably like the best year of gaming in years.
Yeah, and I mean that's mostly due in part to the Switch having two really solid years, um, or at least like a year and a half block since it came out. You know,
Yeah,
with Zelda and Odyssey and everything that came out. That felt pretty big, like it was monumental, right? So
yeah.
like it made up for maybe some of the other uh, lackadaisical stuff that was coming out. Um, but yeah, you're right. I mean, this year in particular has felt kind of sparse. And we've seen things come out like God of War, which was probably the highest or like the best critically reviewed game to come out so far this year.
Hmm.
It seemed to get universal praise and deservedly so. That's a really really solid game. Um, but you know, and then once we get through August, we're in September, and September is usually the spark for the next couple months where everything gets released. I mean, from September 1st till the end of November, there is just a swath of high like AAA titles coming out. Everything from Red Dead Redemption 2 to Fallout 76. Uh, Everything's going to be coming out in this 3 month period, and that's normal. That's just how this industry works. Um, but soon we'll be in the doldrums of summer in August, the dog days, if you will. Um, and one of the things coming out that I'm actually writing an article right now for on the site is Shenmue 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The remastered versions of those two games are releasing near the end of August. I think like the 21st or 22nd or something. Um, and I wanted to ask you something, which I don't know if we've ever talked about, but did you ever have a Dreamcast?
No, I wanted one.
Yeah. I did have one, and Shenmue was not something I wanted to play. I think I might have rented it from Blockbuster. Um, but I didn't have the mind for it because I was, when I had my Dreamcast, I was like 11, 12, something like that. Uh, is Shenmue something that interests you at all?
So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I played Shenmue on the original Xbox, and it just, I know people love it. I know people absolutely love it, but it seemed even back then way too old and clunky for me to even enjoy.
Yeah, and that's a gripe, and that's kind of what my article is about. Is like, should you play it? Because I think that people have this idea of it, and that idea could be pretty quickly dashed if you're going back to play it. And that
Hmm.
happens a lot with things. It's kind of like being just a victim of nostalgia, where you have this idea of something in your past and how it was, or your idea of something is informed by what other people feel about it or say about it. Like if you go right now and search Shinmu review and see what people say about it, people talk very very highly of it,
Yeah.
and like places like IGN and other review sites and aggregate sites all have it like very very highly rated, and
Hmm.
that's probably deserved, um, because of what the game did for its time. Having like this very deep slice of life game, which is a more popular genre now. It wasn't a popular genre back then, at least in America. It's like to a Western audience. Um, but it's definitely one of those games that influenced a lot of future titles and future design
For sure.
choices. Um, so it could be something worth revisiting, if anything, just to see the origins of like what, like, in the influence of what occurs nowadays and what
Yeah,
occurred in the
it's
last
just
10 years.
like I said. I find it just a bit too clunky. Like I mean, I played it. If it was out on the original Xbox, I believe it was. Then it,
You're right. It was, I think.
yeah. Um, so then I probably played it roughly around the same time as, yeah. Okay, so it came out, I believe, the same time, or maybe 2 years after it came out on the Dreamcast. I played it. Um, so it's, I mean, it's still relatively in the same time frame, but I just could not get into it. I was also probably what 12,
Yeah.
so I'm sure that plays a role in it. But
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely it's a complicated game. It's not something that's easy to pick up and play. You have to be ready to deal with like very mundane aspects because it is a slice of life game. It's a life simulator in like
mhm.
in a very realistic way. So like time passes and a lot of the game is like doing menial tasks and having conversations with people. Um,
Mhm.
and I think that the way it was originally marketed to me when I was younger was that it was like almost like a fighting game because I remember why I wanted to even try it back then was that I would see footage of it or see like pictures of like fighting, and I thought it was like a weird Japanese fighting game or something, or a game that
Yeah.
you went through like a 3D Tokyo and just like pick street fights with people, and that was not true. Although there is fighting in the game, and that is an important part of the game. Uh, it's just a part of a very very big whole, which contains a lot of different things. Um, so anyway, Shenmue 1 and 2, the remastered versions, come out together as a collection near the end of August, and that's one of the highlights of the month. If that's something you're interested in, if that's something you wanted to get into, now is your chance. I think it's going to be on Xbox One and PS4 and PC, probably. Definitely not Switch, which is kind of surprising actually, but um, Xbox One and PS4. Pick that up.
Another thing that I wanted to just bring up was the new Digimon game that finally got a teaser trailer today, which I watched and I was pretty captivated by. Did you happen to take a look at it?
No, I wasn't even aware that there was a new Digimon game. I That's something I like. I haven't even really thought about Digimon in general. I mean, for
Yeah.
a while.
Um, so this one is called Digimon Survive, and it's coming to PS4, Steam, Switch, and surprisingly Xbox by 2019, sometime in 2019. I'm not sure when, but it's kind of like a visual novel mixed with like the tactics from like Fire Emblem or something,
Okay.
which is, to my knowledge, the first of its kind for a Digimon game. And it, from the trailer alone, like I was already captivated by it because it just looks um, so different and so mature, I guess, and it just looks a lot better than anything else that they've done. I mean, aside from the Cyber Sleuth game, which is one that I really liked, but outside of, I mean, maybe this upcoming one and the Cyber Sleuth one, I don't think I've ever liked a Digimon game. I just don't think they've ever been good.
Yeah,
A
me
lot of
neither.
people seem to like the Digimon World games from like the PS1 and stuff, but I never even got into those.
Yeah, I don't remember ever. And I used to be pretty into Digimon. I think that the Digimon movie is one that
Mm-hmm.
I watched, like the original Digimon
Yeah,
movie.
that one was sick.
That one was tight, and I used to watch that all the time, dude. I was
Me too.
obsessed with that movie.
The one where like they're in Tokyo or whatever, and then like Metal Greymon or whatever comes through
Yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
trying to save them or something.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but I
The one
used
that has that Kids of the Summer song.
yeah, that sounds
I
super
can't
familiar.
remember.
But yeah, dude, I used to watch that. I just have like flashes of what it was. I don't
Yeah,
remember the story beats or anything like that. I just
I'm
have
gonna have
like
to watch that
images
again
in my
sometime.
head of what it was. But um, yeah, I always thought that one Digimon monster that was like the cactus with boxing gloves.
Yeah,
Remember that boy?
yeah, yeah.
That was my favorite. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I always wanted like a action figure, a stuffed animal of that one. But you're right, dude. There really hasn't been a Digimon game that has broken through and been like wildly popular. I think. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't paid that much
I mean, I'm
attention, but
sure the Cyber Sleuth one, like I mentioned, was really big in Japan when it came
oh,
out. That
okay,
was in
was it?
2015.
Yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah.
thing that separated Cyber Sleuth from other games is that it had a big, like I guess, meaningful story, and it was more mature, and it was basically like a Persona game, but Digimon.
Oh, wow.
And I really enjoyed that game. It was really fun. Uh, yeah,
All right. Well, so we had the teaser trailer come out for that, and then is it coming out next year?
2019 sometime.
Okay.
Not sure when.
If it's on the Switch, man, I'll play it. I'm playing anything that comes to Switch, I swear.
Well, it is.
Hey. All right, well, that's going to be it for this episode of Mixed Bag Mondays giveaway. Still going on. Please check that
Only
out.
2 days left.
Only 2 days left to enter. So now is the time. Get in on that. Get a chance to win a $20 gift card to either the eShop, the PlayStation Store, the Microsoft Store, or
Three
Steam.
winners.
Three winners, right? So three, you'll have a chance. 1 out of 3. So that's a
And
pretty good
also, we
odds.
have 954 subs on YouTube. So if you think, any of your friends would enjoy our content or something, just share it around to help us hit that 1,000 mark.
I need it. I need
I think that's
1,000.
pretty much every YouTuber's first goal. So yeah, that would really mean a lot to us. And we will catch you later in the week.
Catch you later this week, maybe in the Digiverse, bro.
Well, that's 2019. But